Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to announce that my brother, Nicholas Newman, will be rejoining Newman Enterprises.
If you are wondering about my magazine, I'll be splitting time between publishing Restless Style and advising this company during the transition period.
As most of you know, my father made the decision a month ago to step away from the day-to-day running of the company, turned it over to Neil Winters, and Neil brought me on board, and now Nick is back as well in an advisory capacity.
I would just also like to add that Neil, Victoria, and myself were the team that headed up management during this company's most profitable years.
So I think it's safe to say that Newman Enterprises is looking forward to a very healthy financial future.
Mr. Newman.
Mr. Newman, a question.
Yes.
Are you ready to be back? We're glad to be back.
I am.
Victoria, I just saw that press conference.
Why haven't you answered your cell phone?
I left it in my other bag. I'm sorry.
I don't want anyone overhearing.
Overhearing what?
Heather Stevens came to see me.
Damn her. I told her to leave you alone.
Mom, why are the Mexican authorities wanting to talk to Dad?
What did she say to you?
She showed me a picture of a man who drowned in Mexico. She intimated that Dad had something to do with his death.
All right, well, she's just fishing. She doesn't know anything.
But you do.
No, I didn't say that.
Mom, come on.
Honey, please just let it go.
I can't let it go. How can I do that when the assistant DA accuses me of covering for Dad? Mom, what does she think that I know? I'm not gonna drop it, so you might as well just tell me right now.
All right. But I want your brother here for this, too. I don't want to tell this story twice. It's gonna be hard enough the first time.
Hey,
Hey,
how'd it go with Sharon?
I think it went well. I think she wants the job.
But,
She wants to see what Jack's gonna say.
oh, I see. So when will you know?
Soon, hopefully. Today, maybe?
Good.
Mom, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at the magazine?
I need to talk to you.
Something wrong?
Has Heather Stevens come by to see you?
No. Why? Is this about Dad? Did they find him?
No, but you should know that we're not the only ones looking for him.
What do you mean?
The Mexican police want him for questioning.
Why?
Well, that's what I'd like to know. Because Heather came by to see me, throwing around all kinds of accusations, acting like we're keeping some big secret.
Remember when you came to Mexico looking for me and the police showed us pictures of that body of the guy they found in the tide pool?
Yeah, the bartender said that was the guy that was with Dad, but we couldn't ID him.
Well, I lied about that.
You recognized him?
It was Walter Palin, the man responsible for killing David and Sabrina.
JT thought that Dad might be in Mexico looking for Palin.
Well, apparently he was.
So Dad and this guy Palin, they go out on a boat together. Palin winds up dead, and Dad survives.
That sums it up.
So you didn't say anything because you think Dad may have murdered this guy.
Yeah, I do.
So that's why you didn't come home with me from Mexico. You thought that Dad may have survived the storm. The two of them went out on a boat. Dad used the storm to get rid of Palin.
When you found Dad, did you confront him?
Yeah, but he denied it. His explanation really didn't make much sense.
And why didn't you tell us this sooner?
What was I gonna say? I didn't know anything for sure. It was just suspicions. Besides,
What?
I was hoping you would never have to know about this.
Well, how did the Mexican authorities make the connection?
Heather somehow got a hold of that photo and recognized the guy as the mobster that used to work with David.
How'd you get that photo?
I don't know.
If there was a crime, it happened in Mexico. It didn't happen in Genoa City, so therefore it will be much more difficult to investigate.
No, not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Heather told me that she's cooperating with the AFI.
What is that?
That's the equivalent to our FBI in Mexico.
Great.
Does Dad know about this?
I tried to leave him a message, but his phone is no longer in service.
Okay, well, what about Michael? Michael's the only one who knows where he is.
Yeah, I tried to talk to him at the club. He was absolutely no help at all. Kept claiming the attorney-client privilege.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna talk to him.
Honey, he's not going to tell you anything.
Want to bet?
What did Michael say?
You were right. He didn't have a whole lot to say.
Does he know where your father is?
He just has phone numbers. I made him call every single one of them. They're all disconnected.
Dad could be anywhere in the world.
Well, we're going to have to help him any way we can.
Got any ideas?
Police are already watching me, already following me.
So?
Why don't I take them on a nice wild goose chase?